another episode of Desire to Inspire, yo mama's favorite podcast. I just got to say, the boys were active this morning.
That they were, dude.
The boys were fucking active.
They were out on the Greenway, logging some miles, showing some smiles.
Hey, keep going, boy.
That was all I had.
How many you log?
16.
16. I logged 20 on the bike with Matt. It was a good time, and it was perfect weather.
Where'd you guys go to? You guys go up through it, like town?
So we started at where Tone usually starts, over in Pineville. Rode that past where you guys saw us, kept going, and then you know that stretch that goes from the trail to the street before you get to that another stretch. We rode almost to that next stretch down there, and then we turned around and came back.
That's why when I saw you and we didn't see you for, I'm like, dude, are they going through town? Because that does not seem ideal.
Yeah, no. I asked him if he wanted to stop in South End to get a drink, but...
Did you actually?
Yeah, I was just joking, though.
I was like, he said no?
Yeah, I was totally
honestly,
joking.
Though, power move. Bike 10, grab a beer, bike 10. Dude. It's like he didn't even have it.
Facts. I was thinking about that. I think that'd be fun. We saw two massive groups of like pure
Bikers?
cyclists. Like all those guys that were in there, you could tell like took it serious. But I think there was like a fast group and then a slower group.
Where was Chad?
Pennsylvania or somewhere building a fence.
Tone thought he was supposed to be with you guys.
No, he's out of town this weekend.
Pussy.
Yeah. Tone gives me shit. He's like, "Are you little condoms riding your bikes today?"
I know. He said he saw Chad and said, "I just saw a big black condom fly by me."
I was dying, and we were riding. Matt's like, "I know what I'm getting you for your birthday." It was after we passed all those
I know
bikers.
what Tone got you.
Oh, he got me something?
Maybe.
Oh, it's probably a black condom.
Dude, I was dying when he sent that Google search out, though.
Oh, yes.
I was dying.
Let's talk about that next episode.
All right.
Got up, was active, rode 20 miles, got home, mowed the grass real quick. The yard is finally coming together, brother. All of this stuff that I've been giving it, it's finally starting to show.
I almost fucked with you when I came in and said, I thought you were mowing the grass today.
I would have cried. So after this, I'm going to go out real quick. I'm going to overseed it, get some fresh grass in there, just to like fill in like patches and stuff like that. And then the backyard is finally coming along. So
I talked to my dad on the phone the other day, and he hadn't listened to the one where you talked about your yard in the beginning. And he said something about the podcast. I was like, you listened to the last one? Before he talks about his yard for 10 minutes, he's like, oh, dude, I got to tune in.
I love that, man. Oh, I love that, man. I got to say, dude, fucking way to kill the last newsletter.
Yeah, I got a lot of love on it.
Yeah.
I didn't expect. Honestly, I was typing it up in the moment. It wasn't one I had pre-planned. I just wrote that one like that day. Or like a couple days before.
You killed that one. It was amazing. I had quite a few people reach out. We had some people post it on social media, and then we had people reach out to us together. But I fucking love those things, man. So you guys subscribe to the newsletter. Not every single one's going to hit you particularly in your life where you are right now, but I can promise that if you're feeling down, if you're feeling unmotivated, or you just need to get your mind off of something, the newsletter is the ideal thing to get you through that. I'm a slow fucking reader, and it takes me less than 5 minutes. So subscribe to the newsletter. It's always linked down below. And in the beginning, you'll get 4 emails. I think it is 4 or 5 that are kind of like generic to explain who I am, who Dylan is, who DTI is, and
not
our
all
motive.
at once, guys. It'll be like over a week or 2. You got time. It's not going to flood you.
Yeah, we're bringing you in slow. But then you'll also start getting the reoccurring ones. So once they're sent, they're gone. We're kind of working on the back end, though, how we can keep those where people can go and read them at any time and be able to select them. So hopefully have, something by next year that has a platform for those to go on, because they're too good to just be here and gone. Not everybody checks their emails, this and that. Some people delete them. So take a look at it. If you have any questions, reach out to us. But that one fucking hit, so I had to give you kudos to it.
Appreciate it. I've been kind of like back on my writing game, so I think it helped.
That's good. Yeah, it's I was telling Lo the other day, like, there's some sort of like energy about life right now that I have and that I've been experiencing, and I think it's because I'm doing like a lot of like reflecting and making it like mindful. Even like going out on my runs that I've been doing the last couple weeks, I'm not listening to music, and I'm truly just like being thankful for like the little things, and like just speaking those in my head as I'm, I guess, going about my run. Just about anything. Even like the sun fucking being out. Like, there's so many things and so many instances lately that I've heard of what other people are dealing with or what other people are going through, or even like things in my family, like stuff like that. And it's just like crazy how fast life can change. And so I've like just tried to focus on the little things even more lately and show appreciation to them. And again, it's not like I'm out here like praising this or that, but like grounding myself in my own thoughts and appreciation for just being able to wake up.
But even
healthy.
if you are, I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
Yeah.
If you're out here praising this and that, I mean, do what you got to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Very true. Maybe that's the next step. I'll just, on my run, just start blurting them out so other people can hear it. Be like, life's good, bitch. I'm fucking breathing, baby.
You see that bird?
I can fly too. I just don't want to.
That's a pretty bird. Some people can't see that pretty bird, but I can.
Yes. The energy we need. But yeah, so again, I don't know, man. Just feeling good lately. Really appreciative.
I am as well. This is kind of going to roll on my topic, I think. And I warned Freddie, so I'm warning you guys, it might get deep today. I don't know. We're going to see if it's just scratches the surface or not. But it's kind of rolling into topics that I've had on hand for weeks now.
Okay.
That I bring up all the time. Like, we need to talk about this.
Yeah. Never get to it.
It goes back to, I literally think like probably 3 months ago now, we did the one on imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably the first time like I actually did get deep, like about myself. And I said, I have more. We'll continue this later.
Yep.
We've never continued it. So I actually like sat down and like wrote out some other shit that I that I didn't know was going to roll into this until like it was done. And so I think I'm just gonna roll through. These aren't quotes here. These are just notes, guys. I just want to keep them on hand because I tend to, when I have a phone, forget things I want to say, and then later I look at it and I'm like, well, now we have that conversation, and I fucking drop the ball. So essentially, like the big gist of this is that I feel like this year has been like the greatest, but also the most challenging one of my life. And while I feel like things are on an upward trajectory right now, and like there's a lot of good things that are happening and I know are on the horizon, I'm also kind of at war with myself in my own head in a weird way. And like I don't really outwardly show it, but there's a lot of like mental back and forth. And it's more just about like, what am I capable of? And am I giving it the actual effort and energy that it deserves?
Mm-hmm.
And so basically it's like, I know that I can be more. I know that I should be more. But I feel like I'm feeding like this narrative that other people have for me. And like I might actually get emotional. I didn't think I was going to. But I can't like break away from it. And so, wow, this actually might hit today. And so like I keep feeding it. And it like pulls me away from my goals and my purpose. And I don't really know like how to break away from it right now. But it's like this literal like mental like tug of war that I go through all the fucking time.
Is it revolved around like being like a yes man and saying yes to a bunch of things? Or is it around the things that you're doing that are going towards your goals but maybe aren't your goals anymore?
I honestly, like, I can't pinpoint one thing. I just feel like I want to like vocalize it in the right way, because I don't think like it's any like either one of those things solely. I think it's just like me as a person as a whole, like living half in and out of like two different lives. And it's like, is one serving the other, or is it pulling away from the other? And I would argue that it's probably pulling away from the other. But it's just been like this person I've been. And I don't even know if it's the yes man, or if it's just like that I bring this certain energy that I'm supposed to bring. And I feel like I can only bring it if I come and I show up in this one way. And so like I'm like back and forth, like, well, do I just pull back from everything and like just hone in on this, or like then am I not being myself? And then is it I'm being an asshole to these people now because like they view like the way that I'm living now is like this thing that's counteracted to them, and now it's like, am I being a dick and it's personal for them and it's not?
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'm just literally back and forth about like I don't know what the fuck's going on.
What are those two things that you're referring to?
Even that, like I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. Like I don't have like a specific thing. I just feel like off balance. I feel like something isn't there, and I think like eventually it is gonna like break one way, and I'm gonna have to go one way. But I just feel like right now like I'm teetering on like who I feel like I can be and I should be, and just who I am. And like I don't know if that's just like not hitting potential, or if it's like an actual like. So I think of more as like a figurative, like this person, that person. It's like there's these two people, like there's who I can be and there's who I am. And so I don't know if I'm feeding it in the right way of who I can be, or if like I am actively going against who I can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, I mean, when I hear that and like just knowing, and again, I don't know to the extent of like what these revolve around, but like you said in the very beginning, your life has been extremely like blessed and grateful and thankful for like the stuff that's happening this year. But at the same time, you've had a lot of things pulling you that could have pulled you in a different direction. And I think now that that stuff is coming together and it's pairing with such a big life change for you, just on like what your future looks like, who it looks like it's with, this and that. I think you're getting ready, like, as we always talk, like, what are you going to take, the left or the right? Are you going to take the harder way or the easier way? And I think that there's just so much coming together right now from an outside perspective to elaborate on this conversation that you're dealing with, that it's like, holy shit. Like,
you can talk about specifics if you see them that way. Mine is like very abstract in my mind, but like, you don't need a dance or anything either. You can say what you feel.
Okay. Because like to me, like what you're getting ready to experience is like you're going into the next stage of life. Like you're going to be eventually, like, who knows even if you'll be in Charlotte in a year. Who knows if you're going to be here for the next 2 years? Who knows if you're going to be married in the next year, 2 years? Who knows if you're going to have a kid in the next year, 2 years? I don't want to give away your news of the great stuff that you just got, but like you have now new responsibilities that you've been waiting for. That's going to
create.
Guys,
I have a job. Because that sounds like it's a kid. Your responsibility is really a kid. I got a job. We'll talk about that in a later time.
But you got a job that's going to take you away from things, and it's going to create more like stability, so you don't have to worry about like a financial aspect of things. And so there's so many monumental things, and it's so weird how your life literally always like works out this way, but there's so many monumental things
all at the same time, always
that are pulling you this way. And so whatever those things are that you're referring to are tugging on that. And I think that you know that this new direction you want to go of who you are and the things that you are passionate about might separate you from whatever said things are, whether it's a physical thing, whether it's a friendship, like whatever it is. And with that comes challenges. It makes you second guess things.
Yeah. So to kind of tie back to like the career and the financial and like all this shit, back to imposter syndrome, is that I feel like most people have a fear of failure that holds them back. And I would argue that I fuck myself up because I feel like in a weird way, I fear success. I feel like I don't even know for what reason, but like I don't deserve certain things. Or like you live this way forever. Like this is what you're supposed to do. Like don't get too high because like it can always come back. And it has. Like it's came up and it comes back down. It's like, so maybe I'm supposed to just be down here. And so it's while I'm up here, it's like, am I just waiting for it to come back down? And so it's like also that weird balance too.
Yeah. Yeah, putting time and energy and attention in like a DTI, building a brand that hopefully is one of the things you're still passionate about. Yeah.
I wouldn't be sitting here for what?
True. Also putting your like attention and energy in the relationship that you're having, the family that you care about, the friends that you care about. What I know about like you is that when you're in something, you're in something. And like you're always there, whether you're not putting in enough energy or attention, like whatever that is. Say it's DTI, because it's easy to allude to. Okay, we can do this and we do this, check, check, check. But like, is there more we can do? Yes, we always know there's more that we can do. But like when it starts rising, what does that look like? When a relationship starts rising, like what can I give more, give more, give more? And I think both of us are like very strong-willed people in that sense, is that when we're attached to something, when we're tied to something, we stick to that and we keep going with it.
But at what point is it just going through the motions? And I think that's where the struggle is, because I know I can give more in everything. Yeah. It's not like in one specific. I know that I can. I know that I should. But it's that fear of like, but what if it does too good? And then it's just, I'm just waiting for it to all crash down, which is a horrible place to be. And so, did you have more? I don't want to cut you off if you did. And so like I'm trying right now to grasp like clarity. And I'll say this on the podcast because I've already said it to a few people. I'm going sober in September, strictly to like try to figure it out. And obviously I could do it today. Like we already have a couple things planned. And it's not even like I plan on like reining it. I said I'm going to rein it in this month, like really like be conscious of the things that I'm doing. And then that way in September, like there is no distraction. It's like figure out who the fuck you are and what you want to do. And then like from there, just go with it. And it's also a training aspect too. Like at that point the race is 2 months away.
Yeah.
I need to lock it down regardless. But I think like just getting that out, because that can also be playing into like these thoughts that I'm having about like a fear of success or like pulling back and forth. So I'm just trying to like figure out what the fuck's going on really.
Yeah. I was listening to something the other day, and these two people were talking. I have no idea who they are, but they were talking about how the coolest people they know are the sober people that they know, because all of those people have went through tumultuous things. Like, they're just the most interesting people. They've went through the craziest stuff. They have the best stories. They have the best attitude, the best mindset. And I don't know why, not like but we as people always resort back to, oh yeah, I'm going to start drinking again, or oh, I'm going to start smoking again, or having nicotine, like whatever it is. Because like, dude, I'm thinking back to when I did like my recent stint of not drinking. Like, I felt electric, and I struggle, I don't know, way more. I just share it more. I think about it more, and or maybe because it's me, but like I struggle bad with a lot of these same things about getting in my head or getting in my way, because like, why? So I can talk about it now. Like, I also have a new job.
Hey, the voice is back. We're doing like little upticks on this, right? Okay, we'll give you a little energy.
I also have a new job. And when I got the offer, it was like extremely emotional for me.
Yeah.
Because I got the offer and like instantly started tearing up. And
literally saying that's why I went out on the deck at Oak Island.
Really?
That's why I was out there, and I was like, I wasn't like trying to seclude myself. I was like, I need to like go out here and chill. Like, just soak this in right now.
And I called my mom, and I was like, why? Like, why me? Like, why do I deserve this? Why did I get this? Like, I'm very proud of myself.
Yeah.
But like, I've never been one to be able to see the stuff that other people see in me. When people tell me you're great, you're amazing, you're going to go far.
We're going to fucking cry on this podcast today.
You're going to go far. Keep doing the things. You're impacting people. I can never sit here and be like, oh, I feel the same.
Yeah.
And
same.
I never have. And I don't know why. I had a great upbringing. I had supportive parents. I had a great friends around me. And I don't know why, because I know that we have the capabilities to change this world.
Yeah, and like, you put in the work. Like, you know that like you did all the things to deserve it, but for some reason you don't deserve it still.
Yep.
It's weird, man.
It's extremely weird, because like, again, every single time, and I'm talking us right now because it's easy. We're going after something that I think can truly change the world. But I think we're two people that also hold ourselves back because of these thoughts that we have that we really don't even share with each other, quite honestly. And
I feel like if we shared them more, they might fucking feed each other, and then we're just paralyzed ourselves too.
Yeah.
Well, if we keep it inside, I'm like, well, Freddie doesn't feel this, so let's just fucking keep on trucking.
Like I told your dad in that text message, he said, I'm gonna check in more, and like that's my commitment to you as well. And I will share when I go. Like, I tell Lo all the time, when I'm no longer here, don't let anybody read my journal. I don't want you to read it. Yeah. I don't want anybody to read it. I want you to take it and I want you to burn it. And like, let that be, because those are like a lot of the thoughts that I put down on paper, and I can get them off of me so that way I don't go down in a spiral, because I was in a dark place before and I don't want to get back down there. And it's all just self-deprecating things that like I've done really well, but like they're still always there and they still always cloud it. And so to tie it back to what I was just saying a little bit ago is that every single person that we bring up what we're doing to always tells us, I can get behind this. You're doing something amazing. And every single person that we introduce our significant others to, oh, I love them. They're great, blah, blah, blah. Everybody that we bring our friends around, you have great friends. So there's all these great things that we have that should motivate us to keep building these dream lives that we want, because we deserve the fucking world. And I always tell you, as soon as we fucking get that tunnel vision, as soon as we can get over this stuff, we are going to change people's lives. And in turn, it's going to make us realize, like, why did I get in my way? Yeah. And this is part of our story. This is part of our journey, because this is real ass shit that so many people deal with. And that's why they can't start. And that's why they spiral down and can never pull themselves out of it, because they don't have people around them to be able to go to be able to talk and get these thoughts off of their head. They don't have people motivating them. There's so many talented people out there right now. in all ways, whether it's growing something, building something, or just living a life of peace. There's so many people out there right now that don't have that person.
Yeah. I got to tell you, I'm not looking forward to editing this one back. But no, like, I know that we're not the only people, which is why, like, I've wanted to talk about it. But again, like, I think that there was a reason we haven't talked about it yet, because like, all of this other shit, like the whole beginning of this conversation was not in the notes for the first podcast that we had.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I feel like we had to come to this moment for it to be that. But I mean, everything is going up. And so like, it's hard for me to sit here and say this shit, which is why I want to say it, because just because things are positive and things are moving in the right direction doesn't mean that these thoughts don't exist.
Yeah.
And I think that people think, oh, things are going to click and it's going to be good. It might not be.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean like that this stuff isn't still good. You just, I don't even know. You just gotta push through it, I guess.
Yeah, you have to. And that's why a lot of people don't reach the heights that they're meant to, because they can't push through it. Like it the one saying always sticks with me is that, like, when it's all said and done and it's time for us to go and we're standing there getting ready to go to heaven, we look back, is God going to be like, this is the person you could have been if you wouldn't have. This is the person you could have been if this didn't happen.
It's a real Goggins mentality.
Truth though.
I know. He says that a lot.
Does he?
But yeah, he's like, I don't want to get finished and then them show me you could have been this guy. And then he was some fat piece of shit, basically. But it is real though. Like, there's a scary thought of like, what could you have been if you made, but that, it can also be a paralyzing thing. Yes, it's motivating to work hard,
Mm-hmm.
but it can also be like, oh, if you would have made this one decision, you could have been this. It's like, I don't want to live off of, well, I made one bad decision and that's why I'm not there.
We've made lots of bad decisions in our life.
I'm aware of that.
We can get over them.
I know that, but it's like, oh, I fucked up this one, and you mean to tell me if I would have just changed that one thing, I would have been way up there? I'd have been this guy.
We were talking, when was it? It was, I don't know, it was one of the episodes where, like, the reason that people don't, it was probably the, what is that called when you have these thoughts?
Imposter syndrome?
Yeah, imposter syndrome, on like why people can't get to the certain heights that they get to, and how you got to like check the boxes first. Like, you check these boxes, you get to the next step, and then it's like, oh, I'm no longer thinking about these boxes. Now I got these ones that I'm thinking about. Oh, I'm no longer thinking about these. And it's just a process of elevation. And I think it ties back to like how fast or how bad do you want it. And if you go super high, super fast, you're probably going to fall even or harder than that.
Yeah.
And so soaking in like the journey and appreciating it and looking at it and realizing it for what it is, and not sugarcoating it, not overemphasizing it, but just really like, no, we're here right now because we're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. We are X because of Y and Z and so on and so forth. But it's just like, I don't know. I think it has gotten easier in certain aspects, but then again, you get to that next spot and now there are all these different thoughts and stuff, because the same stuff that was beating me up years ago, which is something I want to talk about in the next one, is no longer beating me up now, but now there's other challenges and things like that.
And when we get past this shit, there's going to be another challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to stop.
Never going to stop. And I think that we have to sit here and not only listen to those people around us, so that way we can take that in, even though we both don't receive compliments well and we don't take those as we should. Like the message that we got the other day in the text message, like, bro, that's something that you should fucking hang up on your wall and always have. Like, you're going to look back at that one day and be like, man, I love that I have this. And like, not only reading it one time, but like going back the next week and reading that again, because that's somebody that means a fuck ton to you. Yeah. And like, they're not just saying this to say it. And the fact that we're able to impact people that are older than us and impact people that are younger than us.
Not even that, it's like the people who have made us. Like, it's
raised us. Do you think that some of these thoughts come because you're trying to make those people happy and you think that you're not? Do you think it's tied to any of that? Like, are you...
No, I mean this in like the most respectful way possible, but making them happy literally never crosses my mind about those type of things.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. It's more me. It's all self-inflicted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's a battle that
There's no good way to wrap this up.
no. But it's a battle that, again, a lot of people face, just some people don't want to talk about. I think not drinking and putting an emphasis on those other things that are important in life right now is going to help a lot. So I hope that you stick to it however long you're planning on doing it for.
September.
Okay.
At minimum.
Yeah.
And see like where I'm at after that.
Yep.
That was like the whole reason I didn't say dry January on here was because I knew there was potential that I was going to drink.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I talked about it in the last couple of days. I've even fucked around with the idea of 75 hard at the end of the month. But that one just, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like in marathon training, I don't think it's sustainable for me. I don't think it's healthy for me. So like I don't want to overdo it either.
You DTI 50, you can do that one.
I consider that one too. But like at least I said I at least want to set these parameters sober September. And I said on my way, right when I picked up the shirts, I was like, I'm putting on the podcast because I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know if I say it out loud in front of other people, then I'll actually stick to it.
Yeah.
If I just keep it to myself, it's like, well, I can have one a day.
Yep. No, that's good. What at the end of that month or whatever, like what do you hope to take out of it? So that way there's some sort of like, and again, you can't measure the stuff that you want to take out of it, but like what do you
I just want to have some kind of idea of why I feel the way that I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, is this the substance I'm putting in my body like just altering my brain chemistry
mm-hmm.
into like these negative things? Because I am a very positive person. I put forth positivity. And is this the reason that I'm doing this, or is it something else?
I like that.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, it could not be. I mean, I could get done and be like, nope, still feel this way. That's weird.
Yep.
What's next? But even still, like, at least if I'm not drinking, like, I'll know. And if they're still happening halfway through the month, it's like, okay, then what else is going on that I can try to gauge and get an idea of why I'm like this?
Yeah.
Why am I this way?
Maybe if you lift some weights, it'll help as well.
I lifted this week, bitch.
Oh, good shit, dude. Well, I just want to let you know, and this can be, did you get to all your notes?
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure that you're not folding some up and keeping them hidden.
No, I got all of them. There were pretty much two big ones with like small topics. I just want to make sure like that I ran through and didn't miss anything.
Well, I don't know if this will be the wrap up or not, but
it can be, because then I'll have to click that button. I was going to have to click it in a minute.
Okay. How long do we have?
We're at about a half hour. You have a couple minutes left.
Okay. Well, I just want to wrap this up from me to you because
you just said we're not going to take in compliments.
You're on my mind more than you ever know you are because of the things that we do and the stuff that we work on together. But not only that, from the motivational aspect to get up and fucking run and be like, all right, now I can do this because I know Dylan was out there doing it. So you motivate me from a lot of different aspects. But there's also the other side of it where it's just being around you and being able to build this business with you. There's nobody else in this world that I would want to do it with. And this is why we talk on the back end of like how we always need to communicate with each other. And I hope that it's not just from a business sense anymore. I hope that it's from a personal sense as well. I'm going to check in more with you. And again, doesn't always have to be down or gloom. It can be the good stuff too. But from me to you, I fucking love you, brother. I'm glad that we're doing this. I'm glad that we have each other to go to. And I'm glad I feel that we just tied the knot a little bit tighter with us. Being able to express these thoughts in front of these cameras, that's not fucking easy. Knowing that people will hear this, whether it's 2 people or 200 people, but it speaks volumes. And I know that what we're doing is impacting those around us. And we have to stick to script. We can't listen to anybody outside of us. And quite frankly, sometimes we can't listen to ourselves. So that way this train always keeps going. But so from me to you and to you guys, have the desire to inspire. Know that you're not alone in any battle that you're facing, whether it's internally, externally, or just whatever the fuck the world is throwing at you. And just keep grinding. Do the little things day in and day out. And as we said in that text message, the little habits that we do constantly every single day compound on each other. And so whatever that is, it could take us in a good direction or a bad direction, but compound on those good habits, change those little things in your life. So that way you stick to the script that you're supposed to have. So kiss your mama. I love you. It's on.
Peace. I don't know if I've ever cried on a podcast before.